What if I told you that your ability to earn an income was actually your most valuable asset, and everything we've just mentioned just followed from that?
Yeah, I never actually thought about it that way. I mean, if I didn't have an income, I wouldn't be buying a car. I wouldn't be able to purchase a property.
So this podcast is for information purposes only. I am a registered financial advisor, but if you have any more questions or want more information on any of the topics that we have discussed, you're welcome to reach out to me to book an appointment or contact your financial advisor for more information. Hi guys, welcome to my podcast. My name is Claudia and I'm a financial planner. Today I have with me Marcio and he wants to discuss some aspects of financial planning.
Hi, Claudia. Thanks for having me. I'm pretty excited. So I wanted to find out, in the bigger picture of financial planning, what is a good point to start on?
So today I'd like to go into risk cover and why it's not only beneficial for people to have certain types of cover in place, but for them to also understand the value behind having that type of cover in place.
Okay, cool. So risk cover, is that anything like life cover?
Yes, exactly. So firstly, it's very important to meet with a financial advisor. When we are sick, we see a doctor because we see them as professionals in the area of knowledge. And the same applies to your wealth portfolio. So by understanding your financial situation and your risk areas, your financial advisor can make recommendations based on your specific needs and also assist you with implementing these. Life cover is the most common type of cover that is discussed, but in order to be comprehensively insured, we need to look past the worst case scenario being death. So the covers that we are going to talk about are general, and they're supposed to be conversation starters for people to start having those not so easy to have discussions. Life has many unforeseen circumstances, and if you are only looking to protect your financial portfolio in the event that you pass away, you are leaving your financial well-being at risk for many scenarios that can occur while you are still breathing.
So why would it be important to have life cover in place?
If you have big debt like a bond, having the correct cover in place means that your family can keep living in their family home. No grieving family wants to worry about having to move or drastically downscale because there's no funds to keep a roof over their head.
Sounds like a difficult conversation to have with the loved ones that are left behind.
Definitely. Life cover can also be used to look after your family's expenses on a month-to-month basis. In scenarios where one spouse is the sole breadwinner or perhaps the majority breadwinner and that spouse passes away, it can leave the remaining spouse and children in a little bit of a financial pickle. Life cover can then be invested with the guidance of a financial advisor to provide a monthly income to look after the family.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. So you mentioned earlier that life cover isn't the only kind of cover that one should look at. What else is there to consider?
So let me ask you this. What is your most valuable asset at the current moment?
That's probably going to be my car.
Okay, and why do you say so?
So firstly, I need to be able to get myself from A to B. I need to be able to get myself to work, to be able to see family, friends, and things like that.
Okay, so in the event that your car was stolen or maybe badly damaged in an accident, do you feel that that would negatively impact your life?
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't be able to get to work. I need to rely on others for transport and make travel arrangements with other people. I'd also probably be miserable not being able to go to the shops and go see friends and family.
Of course. So that would leave you in a situation where you'd probably have to dig into your savings and investments to attempt to replace your car and maybe even settle for something cheaper. So that brings me to my next point. So do you have insurance on your car?
Yeah, that's pretty important to have.
So we get so eager to insure our cars and our phones and our homes because we see them as the most valuable assets. What if I told you that your ability to earn an income was actually your most valuable asset, and everything we've just mentioned just followed from that?
Yeah, I never actually thought about it that way. I mean, if I didn't have an income, I wouldn't be buying a car. I wouldn't be able to purchase a property.
Yes. And the same way being without a vehicle will leave you in a bad space, being without your income because of an accident or maybe an illness would also put you in a financially bad space.
Mm-hmm.
The next two types of cover that I wanted to touch on are disability and dread disease. So life cover is there for your loved ones, for your debt, for your estate. The next two are to look after you.
Okay, so what's the difference between disability cover and dread disease cover?
So there are different options available, and it's important for you to chat to your financial advisor about the different options of cover that are available. On the disability and impairment side, we have lump sum benefits as well as monthly benefits. These are put in place so that in the event that you are disabled from an accident, for example, you can then use these funds to settle big debt like your bond or cover your month-to-month expenses.
Okay.
Income protection is such a valuable form of cover, especially for young professionals. At age 27, 28, 29, 30, you still have plenty of paychecks left to earn. And this essentially ensures your monthly paycheck so that in the event that you are unable to earn an income, this cover will kick in and you will be able to keep providing for you and your family.
So, like, just as having insurance for my car is important, having insurance for my income is just as important. Okay, it makes sense. I mean, people don't usually stop and think, what if? We always just take things for granted.
Definitely.
On your next note, what is dread disease cover?
So dread disease cover is there to assist with financial challenges that arise from being diagnosed with a critical illness. So this type of cover can cover illnesses like cancer, leukemia, heart diseases, and even strokes.
So how does having this cover benefit me as an individual?
I feel that many young people overlook the risk of being diagnosed with a dreaded disease. The reality is that these illnesses can strike anyone at any age at any point. Having this type of cover in place can provide financial assistance. The medical costs associated with treating one of these illnesses can be quite overwhelming. A serious illness can also lead to loss of income because you might need time off work for treatment or while you're recovering, and this can also make it difficult to keep up with your monthly expenses like your rent or your bond. And once your emergency funds are depleted, people usually start making debt to attempt to look after themselves.
But I have very good medical aid and gap cover. Are there other expenses that we need to cater for?
I think that many people are unaware of the financial impact of being diagnosed with a dread disease and the impact that that can have on your financial plan and your wealth portfolio. While having a good medical aid and gap cover is an absolute necessity, they're more aimed at medical expenses and also only go so far. Having a comprehensive dread disease cover in place means that you are better prepared for situations like unexpected medical expenses that are not going to be covered by your medical aid, having to budget for home care while you are recovering, or even home modifications due to a change in your living conditions.
Okay.
Without having adequate cover in place, these situations can quickly eat away at your savings and leave you in a poor financial position. So having this type of cover as a part of your greater risk portfolio will definitely give you peace of mind. The last thing you want to worry about in these situations is your finances. You want to have the space to recover without having financial stress.
These are actually very good points to bring up with our financial advisors. So not only to understand, the type of cover that we need, but also to understand each aspect of our cover and if there's anything else that needs to be addressed.
Definitely. And that is the end goal, so that people can start having these conversations and have a better understanding of their financial portfolio, of structures that are in place and are still going to be put in place. Insurance doesn't have to be an overwhelming or an intimidating topic. And the better you understand your cover, the more understanding you have of the value that it offers you and your loved ones.